Hello and welcome to One Man's Collection. My name is Brett. Today we're looking at the Ferrari number 22. This is the, I think it's 246 Dino. Even though this car on the front is different to the one we have here, it is actually the F246 and it is actually called Dino. We'll have a closer look at that in a moment, but I'll have a look at this magazine and go through the information. Now they had put a completely different car on the front. They put the 275P, Queen of Ferrari's sport prototypes of the 960s. That's this right up here. I'm not going to read all the stuff here. I'm just looking very briefly through here. We have the competition models. The single-seater is the Dino 246 1958, which is what I actually was referring to there. Also the production models, and the poster is actually the Dino 246. So the front of the magazine is different to the car that they're actually supplying in this particular magazine, which is interesting. But looking at the last magazine, it actually did say that that was the car that was coming next. So we'll have a look at the competition models first. There's a write-up about the rear engine with impressive strength. So it is a rear longitudinal 60-degree V12. That is a... the capacity 3.285, essentially a 3.3 litre with 320 brake horsepower at 7,700 RPM. Top speed about 300 kilometers per hour, 186 mile an hour. 4 complete models, 4 were converted from the 250p. Yeah, nice car. A force at Le Mans. The Ferraris totally dominated the 64 Le Mans 24-hour. They secured a clean sweep. Very good. Sebring 12-hour first, second and third. Nürburgring 1,000 kilometer first. Le Mans first, second and third. Tourist Trophy first. Montreblanc, I think that's what it's called, first. Canadian GP Motorsport, first, second and third, with different models there. The 330p was first and second, 275 was third. Paris 1000, first, with G Hill. Is that Graham Hill? Senior. Nice. Did very well. First time up against the colossal Fords. Ah, yes, we know that battle. So the Dino 246 1958, considered the most elegant front-engine single-seater ever built. The Dino 246 was driven for Formula One success by Englishman Mike Hawthorn. Started life as a 156 Formula 2 model. I'll let you read that. If you want to hit pause, go for it. Ferrari took 2 examples of the 246 to the race, one with a 1.86 0cc engine, so an 1800, and the other incorporating a 2,195cc, so just over 2 litre, 2.2 litre. Very nice car. We do have a poster for it. Ferrari Dino 246. No sponsorship on that particular model. Do have the reverse side of the same poster. See if we can pick this up. So this one has a front 65-degree V6, a 2.4 litre, essentially, 280 brake horsepower at 8,500 RPM. Maximum speed was not known. 6 were produced. At ease on every circuit. So the Dino 246 and 256 honours, 958, second and third in Argentinian, Monaco second and third, Belgian second, French first and third, British first and second, Portuguese second, Italian second and third, Moroccan second and third. In 59, second at Morocco. French Grand Prix was first and second. German first, second and third. Portuguese was third, Italian was second, US GP was third, 1960, so they ran them for at least 3 years there. The Argentinian was second, Monaco was third, and Italian was first, second, and third. They did very well with those. Reliable through the season. Yep. On this Dino 246, the bonnet had an air intake for cooling. The carburetor, the single-seater, impressed with its reliability throughout the 958 season. Very nice. All right, moving on to the production models. This is the 195 Inter from 1951. Is that right? Yeah, 195 Inter. Beautiful looking car. Looks like one of the early 250s. I think I actually get a die-cast car of this one in the collection. We'll show that off when it gets to it. I have a few like that. A 250 GT Cabriolet. Yeah, got some of those. Front longitudinal 60-degree V12. It is a just under 3 litre, 210 brake horsepower, 6,800 RPM with a top speed of 250 kilometers per hour, 155 mile an hour. 240 were total, 40 Series 1, 200 Series 2. So obviously so popular that they've gone all out on Series 2. Tell you what though, in the 1950s and you're doing 250 kilometers an hour, woohoo. So the 195 Inter here has a front-mounted longitudinal 60-degree V12, a 2.341 cc, 135 brake horsepower, 6,000 RPM, with a top speed about 190 or 118 mile an hour. There were 27 produced between 50 and 52. And it looks like it's actually the one that's coming up, is it? Oh no, there we go. Your 400 SA model. So it is a V12 powered 400 Super America. Yes, we'll have that one in the next magazine. Next week. All right. Let's go and have a closer look at this particular, what was it again? 246? Yeah, F246. All right, let's get this to focus on the car. Got your wire wheels, definitely numbered. Leather seat inside. I reckon I can get enough brightness on that. I'm going to go the light. There we go. I actually have a silver floor. These Ferrari cars are really well done. We have gauges. Silver floor. Kind of like a leather back chair. Don't seem to have any gear shifting and stuff, but you do have the pad at the back. Ferrari badges, low line window there. Probably don't need that now. I will put this on the display table. Look at the exhaust pipes. Man, you must burn yourself trying to get out of this car. Trying to get over those exhaust pipes. You want them definitely to cool down. Love the silver suspension on it too. There is no actual play in it. But I'll put that on the turntable so that you can have a closer look at it. And we'll be back next week with the next magazine. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, especially if you want to see any more of these. We'll go all the way to the end of the subscription. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Cheers. Bye.